Urgent report to the public. Greetings world, we are Anonymous News. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to share the latest on the US-Iran conflict. Last night, a second operation was carried out against Iranian positions on Iraqi ground. The intention was to assassinate the leader of the Iranian resistance abroad, General Soleimani, who was in Iraq. The objective of this military operation was achieved, and General Soleimani died under fire directed to kill him. This, as expected, caused outrage and anger in the countries involved, Iran and Iraq, and concern in the Middle East and uncertainty in NATO, this due to the possible escalation of the conflict between Washington and Iran, whose government is in a position to respond to the recent aggression that adds to that happened a few days earlier. So today the Democratic representative, Senator Chuck Schumer, a member of the Gang of Eight, issued an urgent call to the Trump administration to consult with the Congress about the reasons for his decision, since they were not consulted as agreed in the Constitution. It should have been made before making that decision.
Last night, the United States conducted a military operation designed to kill Major General Qasem Soleimani, a notorious terrorist. No one should shed a tear over his death. The operation against Soleimani in Iraq was conducted, however, without specific authorization and any advance notification or consultation with Congress. I'm a member of the Gang of Eight, which is typically briefed in advance of operations of this level of significance. We were not. The lack of advance consultation and transparency with Congress was put in the Constitution, or the need for advance consultation and transparency with Congress was put in the Constitution for a reason, because the lack of advance consultation and transparency with Congress can lead to hasty and ill-considered decisions. When the security of the nation is at stake, decisions must not be made in a vacuum. The framers of the Constitution gave war powers to the legislature and made the executive the commander-in-chief for the precise reason of forcing the two branches of government to consult with one another when it came to matters of war and of peace. It is paramount for administrations to get an outside view to prevent groupthink and rash action, to be asked probing questions, not from your inner and often insulated circle, but from others, particularly Congress, which forces an administration, before it acts, to answer very serious questions. The administration did not consult in this case, and I fear that those very serious questions have not been answered and may not be fully considered. Among those questions, what was the legal basis for conducting this operation, and how far does that legal basis extend? Iran has many dangerous surrogates in the region and a whole range of possible responses. Which responses do we expect? Which are most likely? Do we have plans to counter all of the possible responses? How effective will our counters be? What does this action mean for the long-term stability of Iraq and the trillions of dollars and thousands of American lives sacrificed there? How does the administration plan to manage an escalation of hostilities? And how does the administration plan to avoid a larger and potentially endless conflagration in the Middle East? These are questions that must be answered. It is my view that the President does not have the authority for a war with Iran. If he plans a large increase in troops and potential hostility over a longer time, the administration will require congressional approval and the approval of the American people. The President's decision may add to an already dangerous and difficult situation in the Middle East. The risk of a much longer military engagement in the Middle East is acute and immediate. This action may well have brought our nation closer to another endless war. exactly the kind of endless war the President promised he would not drag us into. As our citizens and those of our allies evacuate Iraq and troops prepare for retaliatory action, Congress needs answers to these questions and others from the administration immediately. And the American people need answers as well.
Report from the White House. President Donald Trump's response to attacks on pro-Iranian militia in Iraq has already been published. Here is part of what he told the press today.
But we caught him in the act and terminated him. Under my leadership, America's policy is unambiguous to terrorists who harm or intend to harm any American. We will find you. We will eliminate you. We will always protect our diplomats, service members, all Americans, and our allies. Today, we remember and honor the victims of Soleimani's many atrocities, and we take comfort in knowing that his reign of terror is over. We took action last night to stop a war. We did not take action to start a war. I have deep respect for the Iranian people. They are a remarkable people with an incredible heritage and unlimited potential. We do not seek regime change. However, the Iranian regime's aggression in the region, including the use of proxy fighters to destabilize its neighbors, must end, and it must end now. If Americans anywhere are threatened, we have all of those targets already fully identified, and I am ready and prepared to take whatever action is necessary.